I want to speak to those who fail, because it's something that often gets overlooked. We talk about all the success stories, but we never talk about those that can't get the result that they want. And I have a very important message for those that succeed and those that fail, because hey, guess what? We all do both. So we think that by failing, we have to quit what we're doing. And we think that by succeeding, somehow we've made it, and that's our path that we need to be on. But that's not entirely true, because each thing that we do, there's going to be a lot of success and there's going to be a lot of failure. And this failure and this success is what's known as feedback. Your path isn't determined by how well you succeed or how well you fail, okay? Because you could be a great mechanic but hate mechanics. Well, you're a success at it, doesn't mean you like it. There's a big difference between following our path that our heart calls us to and following the path that we do the best on, or avoiding the path that we're not so good at. It matters on what we love and what we have a passion for, and less at where we are right now for how well we can do it. Sometimes we have to learn skills. So it doesn't matter what gets screwed up. What matters is the message that you take away from it and you apply. I have a little bit of a personal story to do with this. So when I first started trying to teach people online about energies and emotional trauma of the past and healthy eating and healing of chronic diseases and things like that, I didn't really reach a lot of people. So before all this happened, I had a Facebook account with about 900 friends, all people I pretty much knew, more or less. But I ended up having to delete that account because of stalkers. And also at that time, I was trying to get off social media because I had a chronic disease and I was giving up on people. I was giving up on the internet, I was giving up on life, and so I just got rid of it. Then, when I got my health back, and to a degree, I started to pick up my social media accounts again. And so I started a new Facebook account, and I think I only had about 30 friends on there, which I mean is kind of low for a social media account. Not in real life, just a social media account. And I wasn't able to reach anybody with that number of people. Also, I felt a little scared. I felt scared to accept anybody because I was so tired of people. But if I wanted to get my message across to anybody and if I wanted to help people, I needed to put myself out there. Well, long story short, it's been a slow process. This all stemmed from feeling inadequate. Back when I was a child and I was trying to impress the older kids and ignored 90% of the kids that did like me, I felt so inadequate. I felt worthless, and I felt like I had to try and prove my worth to these older kids constantly, but none of them cared. None of them liked me, and so I have carried a feeling of inadequacy for a long time. Then when I jumped into trying to market myself so that I could get my message out there more, I didn't get a lot of feedback from people, but I mean I got tons from the process itself. And the reason for this is because I didn't have a huge following, nor did I reach out to a targeted crowd. I was just allowing the people from my past to see my advertising. And these people didn't really care about energy or health and wellness or living your dream life and self-improvement or just being enough as is. These people didn't care. They were the work the oil fields, get a boring job, follow the norm type of people. And that's okay. We all have our own levels and our own understandings. But this is not the crowd that I wanted to target. So because I felt so inadequate, I didn't end up targeting for a long time. I thought, my crowd is good enough. The people that are following me are good enough. And yeah, they are good enough for what they want to do, but I didn't exactly have the following that I needed for what I wanted to get out and what I wanted to do. And I ended up staying pretty stuck for a long time because of this feeling of inadequacy. Then, when I did some EFT around it and I worked on this and realized that I was so attached to these people that didn't like me, I started targeting. And guess what? I didn't succeed right away. So you have to realize that with everything that you do, there will be success and failure, but it's all feedback. The feedback that I got from that was that I was completely starting over again. Yes, I had deleted my social media and put it up again, but that wasn't even a full restart. That was a half restart. So this time, I was trying to target actual people that were like me, and I was coming up out of nowhere. I didn't have a lot of people on social media. And oftentimes, people start following other people, looking at the amount of people that you already have following them. Yeah, confusing, right? So it was a big leap, and I had to come out of my comfort zone. And after being extremely discouraged for a few days, I had to realize that it was all feedback, that my failure was just success stepping stones. That's all it was. So you are not the problem. Something you're doing, an energy you're holding, or some other way of going about it may be the issue, but you gotta try. You have to walk out of your comfort zone. You have to dig your way out if you ever want that feedback, because your success is just beyond that failure. Your success is from listening to that feedback. And if I didn't go out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't have failed and I wouldn't have succeeded. I just would have stayed the same. We are so scared of failing. So we have to dig that up and find out where that's from. Because I remember when I was terrified of failing, it's because every time I did when I was little, it got rubbed in my face. But in truth, we all fail. And those that like to rub it in our faces are just as equally scared of failing as you are. So break out of your comfort zone. It's okay to fail. You're not the problem. It's just something you're carrying, and that's easy to work out. It's like having a pebble in your shoe. You'll only react to what you're carrying inside your shoe. It's just a pebble, and all you have to do is take it out in order to walk normally again. And there are going to be people who are a lot like you. It's impossible for you to exist and not have people who have something in common with you. We are unique but the same. We all have love at our core, okay? We all have light, love, abundance. That means we're all the same. But we all have unique talents and gifts that we have to offer to this world. And then we have teamwork somewhere in between. So you have to break out. Don't let failure determine your success. You must determine your success with that failure.
को प्यार करना इश्क करूं किससे जब मैं ना अपना देखता हूँ मुड़ मुड़ कर एक झलक भी ना